Listening to DisRace, coming to you live from the ATL, the new improved Uptown Comedy Corner. DisRace, where our motto is, no hate,
no fear.
But no fear. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
And we never run.
But we never run. Respect all. And fear none. I got my main man, the black box, both Pete to my far left. For those of you that haven't seen him without a hat, there it is.
Hootie hoo.
Got his glasses on. Oh, we gonna hear some dumb shit tonight.
No, but I like the way you did that. No fear, no run. That's the first time you did it like that.
No fear.
Yeah. You
respect all, fear nothing.
You pop, boy. You strong tonight. Go ahead.
I got my main girl, actress extraordinaire, producer, talent scout, talent coach. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Sister JJ.
I'm here.
Down in town, that
Tweet.
and that black lipstick.
I'm feeling my Black Panther today.
Oh, Sookie.
Looking strong, Black Panther.
She looks strong. She look good on camera too.
Thank y'all.
Oh, you been looking up there to see her. I just be looking at her. You know, I get the real aura. You get the TV aura. I feel you. She do look good on both of them.
Appreciate it.
I hate to see the 10 pounds that the camera had to me, so I just be looking at it.
That's what we gonna do.
Boy, I didn't know what you were finna say, boy.
Right. To me, not to you. To me, I say, no.
That's what we gonna do.
I said, whoa.
That's what we gonna do.
I can't handle 10 more pounds. I don't know. I can see myself. I just look. I see it in person. That's all.
You know the camera does put at least 10 pounds on
At
it.
least 10.
Well, you 30 pounds over.
Me? Yeah, I'm
No, weight ball.
Well,
at least.
I'm holding it in. You don't know. I'm sucking it in right now.
At least.
So you know, I'm counteracting everything. You don't know. I'm breathing through my ears.
So you wait for me to say something so you can breathe. You wanted me to say something so you can breathe.
I was 255 when I first started doing that.
I love you, big boy. I love you, big boy.
Breathing through his ear.
But man, heavyweight ball.
Right here, weight ball. Happy to be here.
And our special addition to the panel of ladies and gentlemen, Bullhead.
Bullhead.
That's what they call it, Bullhead. I wouldn't call myself that, but go for it.
You took your medicine tonight?
No, I waited.
Oh, no. Oh, we're going to have a good show then. He took his medicine here. Let's go.
Y'all sleeping on Bullhead be having some good information, man.
Bullhead is the most interesting man I know thus far.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I appreciate
She just gonna shoot us like he the most interesting.
Well, he the only one.
There's a very nice low cut.
Right. He the only one on the panel that's traumatic from the war. So
he got
we love his
everything going
perspective.
Yeah,
It's
plus
like
my
the
wife
Dos
only-
Equis man.
Yeah, plus my wife, I gotta thank her for letting me come out.
Yeah.
But I had to buy a safe.
You had to buy a safe. What's that about?
What?
She said I had to take my Viagra and keep it in the safe in order to come out.
Keep your Viagra in the
Well,
safe.
don't do that no more. Don't start out the show like that no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bullhead is not a
You're going to be
comedian.
off the show.
Thank you, babe, for letting me come out and play.
Bullhead is not a comedian.
Yeah, don't do that no more. Wait till DC asks you
And
something.
did you tell her the combination of the safe?
No, she has the only key.
She got
Really
the
don't
key.
say nothing else tonight. DC,
Hey,
You digging a deep hole,
she know
man.
what time you're coming back, correct?
let DC propose the right question to you because we can't let you go open
Let him
book.
give you alley-oop, buzz. You ain't gotta make your own shot.
Don't shoot him down. Don't shoot him down. We need him now. Y'all encourage. That's good, Bullhead.
Well, I'm
That's
letting you
good.
know from a woman's perspective. She know exactly what time you coming back.
Oh,
and
she
exactly what time
And
you
she
leaving.
also
And she got
apparently
the
thinks
key.
that without that blue pill, he's nothing.
You know,
And he ain't doing nothing. I got the pill.
that's why she said.
Without the pill, he's nothing.
And she
might
tried
be
the other
holding that
guy,
pill
but he
for
didn't have
somebody
insurance.
else. Nah.
She tried the other guy, he didn't have insurance. You got insurance. That blue pill is regular, so she's staying with you. That's
Make
all
sure you
good.
count them pills when you come back.
You got an uninsured man.
You take
getting them pills.
You take a whole and a half.
I take a half.
Half one is all you need.
Count them half of
The
ones
half.
when
That's
you
all
get
I need.
back.
It work for you?
Man, it worked too damn good.
Now, how did you come to? I mean, when she bought them for you, how did she break the news to you? Did she like say, "Well, you might not need but half of these"?
Be straight up now. You're a warrior.
So she bought them for you. You don't go buy them yourself. That's
what I'm about to say.
He said she like, I'm tired of this shit.
I was
Baby, we need to talk.
Thinking, I'm
gonna
like,
buy you some vitamins.
she didn't buy me them. They were prescribed to me.
Oh,
But they're mail order.
hold on.
So she checked the mail.
Hold on.
Check
She
the
get the
man.
pills before I get the pills. And
Oh,
lock
she
them up.
ordered them off Amazon for
so
you.
hold on. Let's go back now. Let's stop right here. Let's step it back. She didn't subscribe them. It was subscribed to you. So was the guy you were doing it to? Said you didn't get your stamina up.
Somebody subscribed them to it. They subscribed them.
God,
You see the wall there she walked into just by being freelance on the show. This is what you gonna get. You dealing with veterans.
And you walking in the Lions Den, man. You walking in the
So
Lions
now
Den.
it was subscribed to you by not your wife, but the dude who was telling you need him. Well, he said you ain't keeping that
It was
thing up.
prescribed by a Pakistani doctor, man.
Thank you for putting the P in
You was in here with the
He wasn't a gay
OGs,
dude
man. You in
either.
here with the.
I didn't say it was gay. I didn't say nothing about gay. Did you say that? I didn't say nothing about gay. I just said an equal opportunity employee. I didn't say nothing about gay.
Hey man, I ain't mad at you, man.
Hey, look, I'm just glad I
I know a lot of guys that are
when I
vets.
get home.
That's right. I know
Right.
a lot of guys that are vets. They get them. They get them. They be having them, and they don't even use them. They just get them.
Yeah.
So they need to start
sell
selling them on the black market then.
Why you
I don't
think
know
he
if that's-
them?
I don't
Like,
know if that's
I ain't gonna tell you what they do with them, but they just be having them all the time. And,
I don't know if that's legal.
Can I say this? I got an episode of my family. I hope they ain't watching. It just happened. The father is on a not a good situation. So the family going through his stuff looking for. They found some Viagra pills and blue pills, and they like, what the blue pill? What that mean? I said, yeah, it's a pill. It was from 2017, but it's 2023. But he 85 years old.
Hey,
So
well,
they
you
like,
85,
was
you
he
take
still?
whatever you can get.
But the wife was like, I didn't know he was getting them. Did he tell the doctor? Yeah, I need to keep my game up. And they asking me, how did he get them? And nobody knew. And that was 2017. And he was 77 years old.
was he still knocking mama down?
I said, you should ask your mama. Don't ask me.
Mama walking around smiling. She ain't smiling
Wonder
for no
why
reason.
mama ain't going nowhere.
Making peach
Yeah,
cobbler
right.
every day.
You wonder why she
day.
always just got that nightgown on.
What
She
you
ain't got
want,
nothing on, none of the titties just loose.
That's true in my
Like mama
family.
ain't never put on
That's true
drawers.
in my family.
Whatever you
why y'all asking me?
like. Shoot.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I ain't
Well,
mad at him either.
happy Martin Luther King week.
Yay.
MLK, national holiday.
They shooting it up.
Is that the only black national holiday we got?
We got Juneteenth now.
We got
Yeah, we got
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
I mean, named after.
We got Black Friday. We
Named
got
after.
Black Friday.
That's a black.
Black
named
Friday is our biggest holiday.
I mean, named after a person, a black person.
Well,
Nah, we ain't got
Black
nothing
Friday ain't about all of us.
We ain't got nothing else.
Black Friday ain't about us, boy.
Kwanzaa got 8 Negro names.
Yeah, but that's not
Like 7 of
national.
them, they like Coochie Jockey. Wasn't they all African kings?
Yeah, but they ain't no
I don't
national.
know. They
They ain't no
Not national.
national.
We ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
We don't lose our sponsorship.
Black people don't
MLK
even
is
know.
all we got.
That's all we got.
That's it, man.
That's all we
That's
got.
all we got.
It got to be a reason behind that.
That's all we
Yeah,
got.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Hey, man.
That's what.
But it ain't that that's the only good
Hey,
black
look.
person we got.
No.
That's the only
There's a
reason
reason.
that's the only one that they
There
willing
is
to
a reason. There
recognize.
is a reason.
There's a reason
We
that
want
that's
to keep
what-
them broke. We're gonna hit them up for Thanksgiving. They're gonna feed their family. We hit them for Christmas. They're gonna feed all their loved ones. Then we're gonna hit them for Valentine, another loved one. Then we hit, but right before that is Martin Luther King.
I think it's
So
more
you got to
divisive than
decide. You
that.
got to decide.
Because people ain't
You gotta
barbecuing
decide.
for Martin Luther King Day.
You got to decide between Martin Luther King and Valentine.
Ain't nobody in the history of decisions.
That's right.
On top of that, they're
Nobody spend money
canceling
on
Easter
Ma-
this
on
year
Martin Luther
because
King
the
Day.
eggs cost so damn much.
Eggs high, boy.
Man,
Exactly.
Eggs real
I
high.
went to the store. A dozen eggs was $9.
What's
Them
though?
that high.
Oh yeah. If you live in the wrong
Eggs are high
neighborhood,
now.
6.
if you live in Alpharetta and out there,
Eggs
yeah.
are high. Eggs are high. That's where I live, and they are very high.
But guess what?
I heard they arresting
I need to
people
get
for
a holiday
stealing.
eggs.
Hey, you hear about the guys that got arrested for stealing eggs?
Is this another joke, man? Is this another joke?
No, it ain't smart. No, it ain't smart. You put them in your pocket. It ain't
some
smart.
people got
That ain't
arrested.
smart at all.
I
Because
think
they
your
been putting
jokes
eggs in
are
their
deterring our
pocket.
subscribers.
But if you go to Google right now and look up the price of butter, the price of butter has went up because they claim it on the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
The price of butter in the United States went up because the war. I said, what? You tell me we can't make butter in America? So the price of the war in Ukraine make the butter price go up in the United States? Something wrong, man. Something wrong. Look it up on the internet. I ain't making it up.
I mean,
they said the price of butter went up in the United States because of the war in Ukraine.
eggs.
I'm like, why would the butter go up in the United States? Because they fighting in Ukraine. Are we getting our butter from Ukraine?
We must be.
Must be.
We getting some from Ukraine
Must be.
for them.
I know they said a lot of the African countries were having trouble. They were getting a whole lot of food from Ukraine.
Because, well, that's Africa because they shut all the resources off to Africa. They get no gas. They get no water.
Yeah, but I didn't know Ukraine was sending that much stuff to Africa.
Well, not only Ukraine, China, Russia, everybody is draining from Africa. America, everybody is
not
draining from
sending stuff to Africa.
Even though you're sending stuff to Africa, the need they have can't supply the whole. It can't supply them all.
They said
So it's
something-
just a little. When you see that politics say, "Oh, we sending," that's just a portion of what they need.
My thing is, Africa is the most resourceful
Diamond.
continent. Everything is in
Gold.
Africa. So the fact that they sending stuff to Africa is already backwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They act like they sending stuff. It's only because they drain and they got
trying to
they got
get
them Africans mining diamonds instead of mining whatever food they gonna eat, and it's going backwards. You know what I'm saying? They depleting it so that night they dumping a little something in there. I
Well,
want to speak on
put it
Martin
like
Luther King
this.
too before we got
Put
too
like
far
this.
off of it.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
we just
Do
drifted
that.
this.
That's where I started.
we drifted quickly.
Put like this: in the United States, if you own land and they come to build something on your land, you get mineral rights, royalties, and the right for your land, the price for you want for your land. So they put a freeway to it. They put a bridge. They put an infrastructure. Any
No,
kind
you
of thing.
you can't just get what you want.
But you don't get what you want, but you get paid something. But in Africa, they just come take your land and they build what they want to because they don't give nobody over there the rights to their plots of land. Like over here, you can buy an acre of land. You can't do that.
I'm not
over
gonna
there.
say that, man.
Okay,
They
so they're
balling
saying
in
it's
Africa
because
now.
of the
Don't
main-
get it
Some of
twisted.
them
You
are.
go into some of them cities,
Some of them are.
and they living good now. They living good. They want you to believe that they living horrible because that's gonna keep us all
Well, in
disconnected.
certain areas, you know. But
They
some
said-
of them doing pretty good.
Right? Have you seen
They
some of
said
these
that
white
the-
people living out in southern Georgia? I'm just saying they living just as bad now.
They said that the margarine
Walk
is
around
going up
barefoot
because
and
they said the
smell
margarine
bad.
is going up because of the main ingredient, such as the vegetable oil and the sunflower or the soybean. That stuff is coming from Ukraine.
Coming from
So that's
Ukraine.
the
That's
reason
soybean.
why
I
the
knew about
margarine
that.
is going up.
What you got-
because
what you
it's
got,
made
Wade,
with
bro?
that.
Well, first off, I know they got sunflowers
And
at
so-
Kroger, even in the hood. They got sunflowers. That's the cheapest flour they got. Sunflower seeds all around.
Exactly.
But butter need to be salted anyway. Squeeze these sunflower seeds.
I think the focus in them countries like that should be on farming myself. I don't see, if you got water and land, I just cannot see people being hungry. I can't.
But DC,
Right.
this America, and she just read it. We getting that from Ukraine. So
No, I'm talking
when
about
I grew up,
Africa.
we killed a cow. We didn't kill the cow. We milked the cow.
Yeah.
You got the milk. You turn that milk into churn. You churn the milk.
I churned before.
Then you get clabber milk, right? Remember the clabber
Yeah,
milk?
you get buttermilk, you get butter. You
You
keep
get
on.
butter. You get
keep
butter
on
from
till your
that,
arm
right?
fall off.
Keep churning. Now it takes to drinkable milk. You know what I'm saying? Then you get all that. What I'm saying, in America, we ain't got that kind of operation. We got to get our milk all the way from Ukraine. So that means it's got to be frozen, shipped in a cold container to get all the way here.
No. It's a lot of farms, a lot of dairy farms here in America.
Yeah, they just need to start using American stuff.
But that-
Stop-
Bo used to be up with
What
them
we just
animals. He
reading
was
is-
close to the animals. You could tell. He was like,
No,
"What
I'm
you
just
do with the
saying-
chicken?"
No, she just read it.
because they was getting it much cheaper over there.
That's right.
Then we can produce it.
Yeah.
And we can produce over here.
Yeah.
I feel
But we
It's
got
also-
the
it's
cattle
also
over
cheaper for
here.
them
We're
to
big.
buy stuff from us.
Look. Hold on. I'm sorry. I mean, take up your show right now. But
Well, yeah, okay.
But
Well, get a
Ted
grip.
Turner.
Get a grip on yourself.
There you
man.
go.
Ted
there
Turner.
you go.
I'm saying Ted Turner had more land than the American government had in this country. He had enough land to go from Montana, from Mexico to Canada on his own land. So I'm saying we got plenty of land, but they're not letting us use that land to
He's in the
provide for
buffalo.
the people.
He's not in the cow. He's in the buffalo, not cows.
But I'm saying, even though he was in the bison, yeah, he had bisons, okay? But he had enough land to go from Canada to Mexico on his own land.
He's in bison and buffalo too.
That bison and but I think they're the same thing. These. Yeah.
You messing with
That's
him.
why I wonder why you corrected me.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
But no, you're right.
But I'm
You're right.
saying he had enough land to go. He bought enough land to go from Canada to Mexico on his own land without touching nobody else's land.
Right.
So why we can't grow enough food and cattle to milk people in here in our country without going to
I agree with you,
Ukraine to get the milk?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
So on the Martin Luther King
MLK.
thing, right? So one thing I feel like we were saying he the only black person that's got his own day like that, and it's promoted through the
Holiday,
country.
yeah.
And it is positive because we all mess with Dr. Martin Luther King, but I think it's strategic because he's the one black person. You see, the only message they really do is his nonviolence. Like
Yeah.
it's a strategy to keep black people from uprising, to keep you from revolting, keep you from like, I'm gonna burn all this down because I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
So they always push his angle on nonviolence and turning the other cheek, and then they just end it like that. They be like, he was nonviolent, he turned the other cheek, we killed him.
Yeah.
And that's what it ended as. But a lot of it, if you look at some of his later speeches in life, he was a lot more aggressive. He was more economic. He was like, hey, he basically his seemed like his story toward the end of his life that they don't even tell you about is more like, he was like, all right, we've been asking for it. They ain't finna give it to us. Stop spending your money with these white people. We got to do it on our own. You know what I'm saying? It was more about economic growth. And he was like, they trying to tell you to pull it up from your bootstraps, but then they giving all these funds to white farmers and like we were just talking about to not
Foreigners.
foreigners
A lot of
and
foreigners
white
came in
farmers
and
to
giving
not
in.
farm certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? They'll pay you not to farm certain things if it's for a supply demand issue.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So-
that's normal. But I think his beef was more with and I agree with it. It was not with white people in general. I think it's the system, the administration, and then us as black people that have been taken advantage of by the system and by the people in power who happen to have all been white. So it was racially motivated, but like in this show, to me, he was no hate but no fear. I never heard him speaking just bad about white people in general, which I don't do, but a lot of times that's who has been in control, and that's who's been the beneficiary of this racist society in America. I mean, but I agree with you to an extent. Their plan is probably to keep us calm by promoting him and his
Nonviolent.
nonviolence. But different things in different times work in different situations. And right now, I'm not sure that's the way to go. I'm not promoting or condoning violence. I'm just saying, I understand. I've said it on stage. I'm not promoting violence, but that was back in the 50s and the 60s. He believed in nonviolence. Everybody got behind it. And here we are in 2023, and we talking about voting rights. Voting rights?
Right.
So to an extent, the nonviolent thing did not work. Now, it did work at that time. Whether it would work totally today or not, I'm not sure. I think Malcolm X was effective. Different timing, different folks, different strategies, So now, I really don't, when I see these marches and stuff, when brothers get killed or something, and I just see these marches, okay, I'm all right for you to show up and show your support, but I think you get a whole lot more press throwing a brick through a window. But you didn't hear it from me.
I agree.
Well, I know the Bible says it's a time to pray and it's a time to fight, it's a time to live and it's a time to die. And I'm with you, DC. Based on what's going on, is what time it is.
Yeah, I just ain't gonna take anything now.
That's
Now,
from
be
the Black
reasonable.
Panther. She militant today.
Reasonable. She
She
got
had
that
the
hat
red
on.
lipstick on. She was like,
got
you ain't
that hat
got to
on.
do that, DC. But today,
It's
she
love.
black
It's
out.
all
Now,
about
like,
love.
You right. It might be time to do something.
Now she like rat-a-tat-tat.
Right. She about that life.
And I'm not, you know, I'm not violent.
I'm not violent either.
I will violently defend myself
By any
if
means
necessary. If necessary, I will violently, and you, and anybody else,
By any means
if necessary. But I'm not. I don't believe in violence as an offensive tool, but as a defensive tool, I believe in violence in the utmost. And you can't tell me that the system doesn't, because the policemen got guns. And if you walk up to a policeman and fake like you gonna hit him or threaten to hit him, he ain't gonna let you hit him before he retaliates. He's gonna violently
defend himself.
defend himself. We'll be back if they don't take us off the air.